Snakes aren't always in the grass. Sharks aren't always in the water. You're counting breaths against the glass, while I am getting closer. The danger doesn't leave a trace when it's sitting in your space. Thieves aren't always in the night, watching from the shadows of the light. Thieves aren't always in the night, they're hiding right in front of your sight. They wear a face you think you know. They walk the path where you always go. They find the cracks inside the floor. They're already behind the door. They're just a hand inside your sleeve, waiting for the moment that you leave. Thieves aren't always in the night, watching from the shadows of the light. Thieves aren't always in the night, they're hiding right in front of your sight. Check the pockets, check the lock, check the face you see on the clock. Now here is safe, nowhere is dry. Wait for the truth to catch the light. Thieves aren't always in the night, watching from the shadows of the light. Thieves aren't always in the night, they're hiding right in front of your sight. The night is done, but the sun is just another thief.
Hey, everybody, look at me. I have a desk. I have a desk. Our OG potato. It's things like this that I am just so tickled pink. I have a desk. I can't believe it. Do you like it? I love it. Oh my gosh. Francois, how are you doing? Douglas, good afternoon. Gareth, Beth, how are you? GB! Oh, GB, it's so good to see you. GB, do you want to join the team? Let me know. There's a lot to sift through, right? Um, such a sad case, a terrible case. Wyoming, a little vampire. Eyes! Top of the morning. How are you? Yes, Professor, it's official now. I have a desk with a typewriter and coffee, of course. Oh, my dear potato, thank you so much. It doesn't take much to make me giggle and get all giggy and giddy and, smiley. And this is it. Semaj Crosby. Um, Still unsolved. The case is still open. Uh, we're gonna go through some witnesses today, okay? And we're gonna tie this all together eventually, I promise. But I want to do this in sequence, so you can understand the things that happened, right? Uh, After a while, I'm going to take clips of what I feel are important things that people say and make a video out of that as well. Okay, so without further ado, oh, good, you like it? Ah, I do love this desk. I just, When Potato said I'm working on a desk, I thought, yeah, but you designed your desk and you put it all together already. So I was a little confused, but thank you, sir. I certainly appreciate it. Okay, so we're going to listen to eyewitness accounts tonight, and things will become clearer. Now, there's a lot of people that have lied on this case. There are a lot of rumors that come into this case, and people assume things. Every investigation this happens, okay? Magnolia, good to see you. Look, Magnolia, I have a desk. People, have you ever played that game where the teacher sat you around the table and she told one kid something? By the time it got all the way around back to that one kid, the entire story changed. Welcome to investigations. That's just the way things go. Yeah, and then should I have INA? Uh-oh. Never mind. We won't go there. Okay, this is today's video. I think it's an hour long. I want to make them short, so you can take everything in, and then I'll read your comments, but afterwards we'll have a talk about it. Okay? Okay. Here we go.
On April 25th, 2017, 16-month-old Semaj Crosby was reported missing by her mother, Sheri Gordon. Darlene Crosby, Semaj's paternal grandmother, gave a timeline of the events that day. At 3 p.m., she saw Semaj outside. At 3:45 p.m., Sheri Gordon, Semaj's mother, took the baby inside. At 5:15 p.m., Darlene learned that Semaj was missing, and at 6 p.m. the report was made, and the search for Semaj began. It is important to note that in this timeline, Darlene does not mention the visit by DCFS. The following is the 911 call made by Sheri Gordon. To continue with this story, we will produce eyewitness accounts and statements made by family members.
I do apologize. I forgot to take that out. There is no 911 call. That was last one. Sorry.
News this morning, a 16-month-old girl is missing right near Joliet after she wanders away from her parents. Now the community has come out to help try to find this little girl. NBC5's Lauren Petty joins us live with more details. Lauren?
This is just heartbreaking right now. We have the family of this little girl, Semaj Crosby, who is missing right now. This is Semaj's mother, Sheri. Thank you so much for talking to me. Sheri Gordon, your daughter was just playing outside. Can you take us through what happened?
Yeah, she was playing outside with her cousins, and we got the around and she was gone. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
So I understand we talked to the police that you were going to go get ice cream because it was a nice day and your car wouldn't start.
Yes.
So then take me through what happened.
And then from there we just started looking for her because we couldn't. We noticed that she wasn't with us. She wasn't with the rest of the kids, and from there we just started looking for her.
You looked at neighbors' houses.
Yes, we looked. Yeah, we knocked on doors, looked in the neighborhood, asked questions with people in the neighborhood, and everything.
Okay, so we're showing the public a picture of little Semaj. She is 16 months old. I understand she just learned to walk. So is the hope that she couldn't get very far?
Well, she couldn't
get very far.
No.
Somebody had to take her. Somebody had to pick her up.
Yes.
How are you feeling right now? Is there any?
Very emotional, and I'm just this is so much for me, just like so much, like it's so much. Like I just want her home. I just want her to be home with me so she could be safe. I just want my baby back home.
And that's all that matters.
Thank you for answering our questions. I know right now they have a dog out looking again. Sheri, we're going to put her picture out there. They've been out there. She went missing around 4 o'clock yesterday afternoon.
Yes.
And the police have been out here since about 6:30. Is that right?
around that time.
Okay, and a helicopter, the Cook County helicopter is out as well. Officers are searching on foot. Again, if you see this little girl, be sure to call the Will County Sheriff's Office, and we'll have more updates, of course, throughout the morning. Zoraida will send it to you.
Hey, Lauren, do we know what that little girl was wearing? I know it's really hard for the mother right now because she is just devastated, but any more details that she can give us?
Yeah. She had white beads in her hair. We know that she was wearing a gray long sleeve shirt with a cat on it. Is that correct?
Yes, with a little cat face on it.
Okay, and she had jeans on?
Little dark blue jeans pants on.
Okay,
Yeah.
and no shoes, I understand.
Yes.
Right? She was just playing in the yard.
Yes.
Okay, so a gray long sleeve shirt and dark blue jeans on a little girl with little white beaded braids.
Okay.
Back to you, Zoraida.
All right, Lauren, thank you very much.
On this? I'm live on Facebook right now.
Nah, just sad. Just very sad. That's all.
Did you ever see the kid? Did you know the family?
No, I didn't know the family. Like I said, when I drove past here that day around 4:30,
Oh, you're the
4:35.
gentleman I'm waiting
Yeah.
on. Okay, well, you didn't tell me. Okay, this is the gentleman I was just talking about him. So, I know, Gary's like, she don't listen to me.
It's like I'm her husband. I said, this is the gentleman.
I didn't know what was going on. Okay, so this is the gentleman I was telling you about who said he was riding on his bicycle. And tell me what happened.
Okay, I was riding on my bicycle coming down this.
Wait, let me flip this around. So
I was riding on the bicycle coming down here, and right when I got to the stop sign, I heard a lot of music playing.
Where were you? Right down there.
Where the stop sign was.
4 houses down.
Yeah, coming down on my bike, coming down here. I was already tired, so I was just strolling, cruising, and I heard some music playing. And I seen there was a car parked here. I don't know if it was a white car. I seen a lady sit on the trunk. I seen a lady in the yard. I seen a bunch of kids here, and there was somebody standing by the door, and they were all dancing. I don't like kids dancing the type of music they were dancing to. It was some booty shaking music, so I was kind of disgusted. I glanced and kept rolling past. Went home, didn't think nothing of it until a little bit later when I started reading reports of them saying they was trying to fix a car, and the baby may have walked off. And I was saying, well, if that baby would have walked off in the area they said, I would have seen that baby, because that's the route I take. It was through Sugar Creek, where everybody was searching at. I would have most definitely seen that baby. I've seen a lot of kids out over here, but like it is right now, there was no people along this street right here. It was just them outside at this time. So,
what concerns you about that is the timeline.
The timeline. Well, I didn't say anything until I read a report saying DCFS was here between 3:30 and 4 o'clock. I said, no, that's not right. So at 4:45, I called the FBI. I think the interview came out, and I called the FBI and I told the FBI, I said, no, somebody's lying. There was nobody out here fixing a car. There was a woman sitting on that trunk, and they was cheering them kids on outside when they was dancing. There was 3 adults out here, and I know I heard one lady screaming and cheering the kids on, get it girl, get it girl, get it girl. And they was twerking, and I was disgusted by it. So I called the FBI and I told them all of that. I said, someone is lying. Wasn't no one fixing any car. They was out here. And I was saying to myself, what's the difference of saying you were fixing a car and you're dancing? Well, the issue is, if the kids out here dancing, there's an adult playing music for them and someone supervising them, that means they would have seen that child walk off. Now, I don't know who was telling the police officers they seen some child walk off barefooted. In this community, you lose your dog, somebody gonna sit there and say, hey, there's a dog out here. So there's no way people in this community gonna see a child walk either way and not say anything. So that, to me, that was kind of suspicious of saying that. But I know what I've seen 1,000%, that these kids are out here dancing.
Okay, so my question is, did you see Sheri out here, the mother of the baby, and did you see Semaj, the little baby? Do you remember seeing the little baby at 4:30-ish?
I don't remember seeing the baby around that time or the adults. I took what you call a quick glance, because I observed, I'm driving, I'm just observing. I took a quick glance because I was basically, I say, disgusted by seeing them kids dancing like that. And I took a quick glance, but I do know there was a woman on the trunk of that car screaming and yelling about cheering the kids on. So I didn't see that. But I will tell you, when I left, I got back home, I was going to my son's track meet, and we got back probably around about 7:30. And I sent my son to go get some mail across the street because his mom was gone out of town. And a neighbor here called me and said, hey, Jermaine, there's a lady, I got a house for sale over here. They said, there's a lady over here looking through your house over here, listening to the windows and stuff. She had a pink shirt on, and the cops was helping her. You know, cops was, I guess, looking in there too. And I said, well, if they want the house is for sale, maybe they want to see the house. I don't know. So later on, my son came back in the house. He said, oh, yeah, and we live a block over. She said some lady came over to ask me, have you seen the child? And I was, I thought about it for a while. I said, man, that's kind of strange. So I called the lady back and I said, hey, like that. So I got on Facebook and I put it out there. I said, hey, if anyone's seen a 1-year-old child missing, say something. And then later on, I think me and my kids, we got about 9 o'clock and started searching the area and everywhere. And we didn't see it. But then I woke up the next morning and it just dawned on me when I started reading all these reports about them fixing a car. I said, no, that's a lie. But what really got me was the DCFS timeline when they said that she was here between 3:30 and 4 o'clock. I was like, no, because I would have seen.
Let me ask you this: how are you certain about your time that you were riding through here?
I tell you, I was certain because I paid my water bill at 4:04. I put my bike over. I got on my bike. I walked to my house about 4:15, and I got on my bike. It takes me to run around here. It takes me a good 20 minutes to get around here. Maybe 10, 20.
So if you left at 4:15 from your house, coming around this way, get you here about what time?
They get me here about 4:35, 4:40, somewhere. And I know it's between the 4:30, 4:45.
Definitely the time that they said the baby was missing and they were supposed to be looking for the baby.
Because I left out my house at 5:08 to go to my track meet, to my son's track meet. So that part I do know. Okay, I know what time I dropped my deal off at 4:04. Because I looked at my phone. Now I couldn't look at my phone when I was riding my bike because I don't take my phone when I ride my bike because I don't want to lose my phone in this area over here. But I do know the time. I do know the lady was sitting on the trunk. I do know there was another lady in the middle of in the crowd right here of them kids and somebody standing by the door frame. I do know that my story is consistent. You can get the FBI recording. I told them the same exact thing, and that's the truth. It's 100% the truth, and they know that's the truth. So them adults are sitting there still lying about they was fixing a car. That's a lie. Ask them kids, were they not dancing in that front yard? And I'm sure one of them kids will tell you, yes.
The sister, Prisha, you know what I'm saying? She came to me yesterday and says, oh, Jasmine, this man beats my daughter. But she said she wasn't there either. She said she wasn't there either. So if this man saying he wasn't there, so who was there then? Did you ever? You an incident, another incident with a baby getting beat. You. Hell no, I'm telling you the truth. I didn't buy it. Tell us why. Tell us what didn't add up. Because it didn't add up. She said you know what I'm saying? She found out that the baby was there. Where was you at? Why y'all only finding the mama and the grandma? Where was you at? Where was you at? That story never made sense to you. No, it didn't. It really didn't. Why are you trying to take the baby for ice cream? Come on now. You mean to tell me you don't know where your 1-year-old, but you know where all the rest of your kids at? Are you serious? The mama don't know? You don't know? Don't nobody in that house know where this baby at? Are you serious? You're serious? Yes. You gotta be a sick ass motherfucker to won't even acknowledge that baby. That's your baby that came out of your womb. If your people did it, if the baby daddy people did it, I'm gonna tell on them because you know why? That's my baby that came out of me. That's a blessing. Thank you.
Ending this morning, the toddler reported missing in Joliet Township has been found dead. Thanks for joining us. I'm Lionel Moyes.
I'm Erin Kennedy. Right now, we are awaiting a news conference that may explain the death of 16-month-old Semaj Crosby. CBS 2's Sandra Torres is standing by as we await that news conference. Hi, Sandra.
Hi, Erin and Lionel. Yes, as we await that news conference, I can tell you that here near the scene, we are on Lewis and Richards Avenue, and I can tell you that Lewis between Richards and Girard is still closed off by the Will County Sheriff's Office as they continue to gather evidence inside the home at 309 Lewis Road. And the Will County Sheriff's Office reports that they showed up at this home around 11 p.m. last night with the FBI. They gained consent to go in through a family attorney, and an hour later, they found the body of Semaj Crosby. Now, sources tell us they found her body in a couch. This morning, we did watch as investigators placed a couch into a truck that drove away. And at this point, it is unclear how she died, but an autopsy was scheduled for today. Now, the family reported Semaj missing around 6:30 p.m., saying the girl was playing with other children.
Very emotional situation for family members, friends, as well as first responders. Our thoughts and prayers go out to the family and all who helped throughout the day yesterday. I'd like to thank the FBI, the Will Grundy Major Crimes Task Force, all the fire departments that were on the scene and assisted in the searches of the ponds, as well as the Red Cross and the Salvation Army. They provided a tremendous amount of support yesterday and resources that would not normally be available to any one particular agency. I'd also like to thank the community who showed great compassion and concern and came out and helped and assisted in any way that they could. Some of that was simply providing water. We recognize the entire community has been deeply concerned about the safety of Semaj. As we all know, this is a sad and tragic incident that started on Tuesday, April 25th. Last night at approximately 11 o'clock p.m., after negotiations with the attorney that the family had hired, the attorney was able to convince the mother, Sheri Gordon, to give us consent to search the residence. At that time, the Will County Sheriff's Office, along with the Federal Bureau of Investigation, entered the residence at 309 Lewis Road and began a thorough search of the residence. At approximately 12 o'clock a.m., the body of Semaj Crosby was located within the residence. At this time, an autopsy is ongoing at the Will County Sheriff or at the Will County Coroner's Office. I was hoping that it was going to be done by now and I would have a cause of death. Just before we came in here, the autopsy is still ongoing, and cause of death has not been determined at this time. When that becomes available, we will let out an update on the press release. At this time, this is an active investigation that's being treated as suspicious death at this time, and we'll continue to try and find out why this ended in such a tragic way. Any questions?
Can you tell us about the search of that home this overnight? I think the question a lot of people have is, at what point do you decide to go in? Why wasn't there a search done Tuesday? Can you talk to us about that?
Okay, there was an initial search done on Tuesday. When the deputies responded there, I believe we were called around 6 o'clock p.m. on Tuesday afternoon. The deputies responded. All indications at that time pointed that the child was outside and wandered off. We actually had witnesses that described Semaj walking down the street and actually described the clothing she was in. At that point, we thought she wandered off, and we really didn't know what we had at that point. The deputies did a cursory search of the residence, seeing if they could find her, in obvious places. But due to the fact that it was getting late and we were losing daylight, we wanted to get outside and start the search.
Where was she
found? One at a time.
Who called the police in the first place?
The mother called the police on 911.
Where was she found?
She was found in the residence. I don't want to release where it was at this time, because that's part.
Was she found in or around furniture in the home?
She was found in the residence. That's all I'm going to say at this point, because this is an active investigation.
Is there anyone that you have in custody now, or is there anyone that you're questioning now?
Nobody's in custody at this point. The mother has retained an attorney. We do want to speak with her just to get her side of the story again, because as we were trying to re-interview her yesterday, we were shut down by the attorney.
Deputy Chief, there was a DCFS caseworker that visited the premises yesterday, just 3 hours before the child was reported missing. Do you have any information on what they gathered? And a lot of folks are just wondering, how could a caseworker visit the home and 3 hours later something like this?
All I can say is DCFS was at the residence, and they left at approximately 4 o'clock p.m. on Tuesday afternoon. And reportedly, Semaj was still alive and playing in the front yard at that time.
Have you asked them for information?
They were there for some type of an abusive case, but any information you need to talk to them, that's their case.
Did they discuss with you at all what they found inside the home? I was hearing that the home was garbage strewn around.
What did DCFS tell us?
Yeah, about the conditions in the home.
They didn't tell us, but we found that out. Yes.
And that where this child was actually supposed to be sleeping was,
The house was in very deplorable condition, yes.
How many people live at the home?
At any given time, anywhere from 5 to 15. There were
All relatives?
The attorney for the family described most of the people that live in the residence, other than the 3 kids and the mother, as squatters.
Who actually owns the home? Do we know who owns the home?
My lieutenant for investigation, Lieutenant Dan Jungles, in the back. I'm going to refer to him. Do you remember the name?
I don't remember the name off the top of my head. It is a local woman in Joanne.
Yeah, she lives in the local area.
So they rent.
Yes, she
So
rents.
you said there are 5 to 15 people who live in the home?
On and off. People come and go. Brian? Oh, hold on one second. Brian, you had a question? Okay, go ahead.
About the squatters, can you clarify, what were you saying about that?
The attorney described them, the people who live outside in the house, other than the 3 children and the mother, as squatters. They come and go as they please. They may be there for a week. They might be there for a night.
I understand that your officers initially went inside the home, and as you said, they made a cursory walk through the home. Then you wanted to go back. And is it then that the family secured an attorney for negotiating that, or?
Yes, when we came in Wednesday morning, because everything happened at night, it was dark and everything else, when we came in Wednesday morning, we basically decided after sitting down with the FBI that we were going to start from scratch, start from the inside, and work our way out, and just start all over again. Because at this point, she had not been located, and we wanted to recover all of our bases and make sure everything was covered.
And for that second wave, the family was reluctant to let you in?
I won't say totally reluctant, but I won't say 100% cooperative either.
But it took you.
And not, again, it's not necessarily family members, it's people that are at the house.
But if you're starting at Wednesday morning, starting over again, and it took you till 11 o'clock at night to get in, you're saying that it took about 12 hours to kind of get things going? And
Well, no, as I was saying, we were interviewing the mother at one point in the morning, and that's when the lawyer interjected himself in the case and cut us off. And at that point, he told us we were not allowed in the residence without search warrant.
Can you talk about that interview you had with her? What was that interview? I mean, what were some of the questions you were asking?
That I don't know. I was not in part of that. That was FBI agent from the CARD team, the Child Abduction Response team, and one of our detectives.
Can you identify the attorney?
I don't want to release his name at this time.
Did you?
Hold on, one at a time, guys.
Did you end up having to get the search warrant, or did you just get the consent?
We were working with the state's attorney's office all afternoon, and they pretty much told us that because all indications from witnesses indicated the child had walked away, we could not get a search warrant at that point.
When we were watching the first request and then gave you a second request, after you made the second request is when you got the...
We got consent last night from the lawyer that was working with the mother to go in and search the house. That's when we found the baby last night.
There were other children in the house.
One at a time, guys.
When we were observing this as reporters, you typically see canine dogs really active, and this dog, when he was at the end of the block, looked like he was kind of on a walk. Did you get any hits around the house? And I know it's difficult because the child lived in the house, but what kind of hits were you getting with the canine?
What I can tell you is the initial day on Tuesday afternoon, the canine tracked approximately 5 houses to the west and stopped completely and totally lost track. The next day, at that point, stuff was contaminated, sensor contaminated, and nothing against canines, but nothing's ever 100% reliable.
You said that you had some witnesses that told you they actually had seen the child walking. Were they adults? Were they children?
Adults, yes. Adults in the neighborhood.
Adults in the neighborhood?
Yes.
Relatives or friends or residents?
Friend, just people in the neighborhood. Not relatives, not necessarily friends. No, no.
Samaj has siblings, and there were other children, I believe, in the house. Has any action been taken to remove them from the household? Are they still there?
I believe we have. They're not at the house right now. They're staying off site because we still have possession of the house right now. Our evidence unit just finished up over there.
But has any sort of government agency?
We are in contact with Department of Family Services. They are the ones that will make that decision, not us.
All right, so the Department of Children and Family Services is reviewing now whether the children can stay with the
We are in contact with them, yes.
What, are the children with the mother or not?
Pardon me?
Are the children with the mother still?
Yes, they are.
In observing the mother yesterday with the other relative, Lucretia Crosby, it seemed Lucretia consistently interrupted any time anybody wanted to speak with the mother. Do you believe that the mother was being controlled in any way by other family members in what she said and how she behaved?
What I can tell you is during the initial interview that we did yesterday morning with the mother, we did it at our command post that we had set up behind the school in a makeshift interview room inside a trailer. And I believe it was her. She was pounding on the outside of the trailer, trying to get her to stop talking.
Lucretia was pounding
Yes.
on the outside of your trailer.
And we had to make her move.
Do we know where Lucretia is right now at this moment?
Couldn't tell you. I believe she was. Again, I don't know if she's an actual relative or if she's one of these squatters.
Do you know yesterday or Tuesday how many people of these 15 that were staying at the house, how many were actually there on Tuesday?
To be honest with you, there was like, 10 people there Tuesday afternoon?
At the time of the incident?
Yes.
Why would the state's attorney's office not give you a warrant when there's a missing child?
Everything's got to be based on probable cause. And again, all indications at this point was indicating the child had walked away and nothing actually happened inside the residence.
Do you have any reason to believe that the child ever left the building after the child died? Did she always stay in that home the entire time, or do you believe somebody was hiding the body and then bringing it back?
I can't really answer that at this point.
Where did she die? Do we know where she actually died?
Where she died? That I can't answer right now.
Do you know how many children were in the home?
4 children
And can you give us an age range?
from 16 months to 13.
How many children does the mother have?
She's got 3, 2 boys and Semaj.
All right, you are listening in to a news conference right now from Will County. The 16-month-old little girl, Semaj Crosby, who authorities have been looking for quite some time now, was found dead inside of a home. We'll be right back with more after
Mother's
this.
heartbreak after her 16-month-old baby, Semaj Crosby, was found dead in her home. CBS 2's Vince Girasoli is live outside the home with more on what the toddler's mother had to say today. Vince.
Erica, there are many questions that still surround Semaj's death, but today investigators tried to provide some clarity. All that as her mother returned here to the family home and witnessed this growing memorial and speak for the first time since her daughter's passing.
She was my baby. She was my angel. She was my little girl.
Sheri Gordon is as distraught as you'd expect. Her daughter, Semaj Crosby, disappeared while playing outside on Tuesday and was discovered a day later dead in their own home, a death authorities call suspicious.
She was a good baby. She liked playing, laughing. Always playing, laughing.
Grieving elsewhere with family, Gordon returned to the home for the first time today.
Just want her to rest in peace.
There, she witnessed the growing memorial created by strangers and even investigators who left remembrances to honor Semaj.
Hopefully we get some answers to have some kind of closure for that precious child.
Investigators also returned to the house that's been deemed uninhabitable today and removed additional items. They also clarified unanswered questions about Semaj's death. Her body, they say, was found underneath a living room couch, now collected as evidence. A so far inconclusive autopsy report found no signs of blunt force trauma or physical injury.
The house was in very deplorable condition, yes.
Authorities report as many as 15 squatters lived in the home. Also, Will County sheriffs released a photo of Semaj and other children as deputies delivered Easter candy to the house after following up on an accidental 911 call. Days later, a community would come together to search for the little girl, whose mother struggles now with emotions.
Good support. Good support. Good support.
DCFS caseworkers were here on Tuesday and saw Semaj alive just hours before she was reported missing and about a day and a half before her body was discovered. According to Will County sheriffs, they have not targeted any one individual suspect, but they haven't ruled anyone out either. Reporting live from Joliet Township, I'm Vince Girasoli, CBS 2 News.
Thank you, Vince.
Then this is what she sent me that Amy had, and I called them a liar and said, what we lie about? Then it jumped from that to this. The old girl said, wow. Who is that? Chelsea, whatever. She said, no, bitch, you was there. You was there. This is Christian. You was there, right, motherfucker, there in the car with my mom and me. So what is it that you know that we don't know? Because you was right there with us. So who lied to me? Because first you was saying I was right there. her family ain't do it, but now it's they lying. So if we lying, you lying, right? Then it jumped from here to there.
Whoa!
This is all a big group chat.
That bitch eye and water was still.
No, lights and water. First she tried to say her mama paid by lights and water and all this type of shit. Then she said talk about Megan with my child care check. Bitch, lights and water would have still be off if it wasn't for my mom. Now remember, I'm asleep during this whole time. So at this time if I'm asleep, I don't see the shit. You know what I'm saying? Until I woke up and then I said, hold on, these bitches trying to talk about, is they talking to me? Then she said it was me, my mom, and Mika and Sheri outside at first. Then Sheri went in the house and Semaj and never returned, right? Then she jumped from that. After she said,
can you hear?
Me and my mom.
Can you hear?
All of us was outside, she never returned. That's when Darlene said, oh my, really, Mika, what the fuck I lie about? You was with me, you was there, just like me. No matter if I mess with you or not, can't nobody make me lie or nobody even.
But you lying.
I can say me, Creisha, and Mika hurt. Nobody can make me say that me, Creisha, or Mika hurt team. We was outside. I can't play both sides. It's one side of me, and that's the truth. Yes, Mika was there the whole time. Wasn't wrong place, wrong time. Now, after she jumped from that,
you need some water?
No, I got bad bronchitis. She a fucking liar trying to get heat off her ass, so you started lying, changing shit.
Can you hear that?
Well, we was all with us, so if we lie, you lie.
Aaron said they gaslighting you. Ignore them, ignore them, ignore them.
Tamika was always at Sheri house. She definitely tagged in the group, and I'm about to make her status and tag her ass in it. But I'm not. That's why I made this group. Her bitch ass ain't replied yet. But she see the messages. I just cursed the bitch out. She lying. This my number. She posted up there, Tati. This Tati.
And Tatiana said she just cussed you out.
I told her she called my phone. So, then, Tati said, I'm beating her ass. I'm beating her I'm beating her was on her dead daddy. Whatever, she didn't get it right.
I'm beating her was
on her dead daddy. She said, you know, let her play both
They
sides.
texting you now?
No, this I screenshot.
You talking about that day?
Yeah, before I left She the one woke me up. She woke me up, said, hey, some girl keep calling your phone. They play somebody texting your phone.
Else. I'm like, who the fuck you want to say it for the live? You want to say it for the live? We all look rough. You know me. I'm looking rough right now.
Say, you know,
I'm looking rough. I'm actually on live looking like a piece of shit.
She said, you know, let her play both sides. If she won't, she was there at the wrong time. It wasn't wrong place, wrong time. She was there dancing with her kids too. Why do she let people intimidate her? She weak as hell. If she got to start lying, what the fuck I lie about? I just want to know
every damn thing
who Mika putting on the show for, but she's godly, huh? Man, God sits high and looks low. Whoever lying, he will reveal it at the right time. Chelsea said exactly right.
Who the fuck is...
Chelsea is the girl that lived with Miss Darlene mama.
Said, I guess she gotta make sure she don't get homeless.
Now she said, Tati, what she said? She said,
if you don't quit doing them flips and stuff, girl,
she gonna fuck around and go to hell for lying. Like, bitch, you was there the whole time. T-Mac already confirmed that.
Wait,
so,
who was T-Mac?
Dorian's daughter. And said, that's why I rock with the people who know we didn't do this and don't care what people got to say to them for being with us. Nobody can say BS about us. And they move to the other side.
You see this? This how you invite somebody.
Oh, okay. Said move to the other side. Mika should stand for truth only, no matter what people say.
But ain't that what she doing? Ain't that what she doing?
Right.
Been doing it since day one. They said who? Dorian? Who Dorian?
She said, that's not all yet. I'm finna get the rest of the screenshots from Amy.
Who said that? So Creisha trying to get the screenshots from Amy.
It said
from Amy.
Yeah, and even after all this shit, Mika lying and saying I still wouldn't fix my mouth to say she did anything that day, because I know for a fact Mika was with me. It's fucked up that she's doing this because of other people. Don't let these motherfuckers get you in trouble with God, G. It's not worth it. Then Chelsea said exactly, y'all was nowhere near the house the night they discovered 10 dead people.
Amy!
Dead peoples truly need to get their facts together. That's Chelsea.
Wow.
Then don't let these people get you in trouble with the law for obstructing justice with the law. I said, girl, y'all funny as hell. Why tag me in this clowned out shit? All y'all know my number and where I live. I'm not ducking shit. If y'all feel like I said something, do something. Then I can't help because I said I'm not gonna lie for nobody. The fuck? Some of the story y'all said was a lie. Just like they said Sheri said some shit I called.
Yes, Amy from the Justice Group.
I said, just like Sheri said some shit I called her a lie. Y'all said before I got there, Sheri took her baby in the house to change her pamper. That's the last time y'all seen the baby. So when they said y'all said something different, yes, I called y'all out on y'all lies. Y'all lying.
And this is what they mad for.
Never. So, like I said, I never mentioned y'all name this whole time. I just mentioned y'all name now because y'all got in my inbox because I called y'all some liars, nigga. Get it together. Y'all the one jumped in my inbox.
Wanted to go to your house because they heard baby girl and was gonna blame it on Sheri.
Yeah,
exactly. That's why she was like she wanted to leave to get her hair flat ironed all of a sudden. That's why.
She said, but due time, she said, Miss Darlene said, due times, what the fuck, belies has been exposed. I can see through houses now, huh?
She can see through houses.
I said, no, she never came outside asking for her baby. I said she didn't ask for her baby until Doug jumped the car off. And that's when y'all was still sitting in the car. And she stood up and yelled at the car. Me and Miss Darlene was in the car and asked, was the baby in the car with us? We said no. I started laughing because I thought she was joking.
Go to the bathroom, Nate.
So I thought she was joking and asked Miss Darlene, is she crazy? Because I ain't seen the baby since we been here. And you and Sheri got out the car and walked in the house. You came back out hitting your hands and yelling and saying it's not funny. The baby's not in there. And I said, funny, the baby's not in there. So I'm confused. How you gonna say that Sheri was in the house when we all was supposed to be leaving to my house to flat iron your hair? Okay? And Tati, for you saying shit about my daddy, you really done fucked up. I ain't never mentioned your baby, but it's good. I'm ready whenever anybody ready. Nigga, I ain't worried about nothing. Period. And then she said, fuck you, Mika.
Wow.
Girl, fuck all that daddy shit. We lie. What we lie about?
Every fucking thing.
Yeah, I said, Tati said, yeah, I said it. And you also said I killed my son, but was all in his funeral. You fake fraud, bitch. And your daddy is.
I said
your
that you
dad
killed
on
him.
your daddy. I'm beating your ass soon as I touch down.
She sure supposed to be beating a lot of people, but ain't did shit.
So they said even Kizzy, my cousin Kizzy, supposed to say something. They said, Mika, listen up. Listen, you can keep doing you, hun. If not, tell the whole truth makes you sleep at night. So be it, but you're not exempt like you're trying to be. You was there dancing.
Thank you. She did.
And so now the people who you also saying we was lying got us arguing because Mika want to add non-truth, laughing at her ass sad thing she supposed to have been a friend. Like, hold on, y'all did lie. Why? I mean, I'm confused. My whole thing is, why would y'all sit there just like your daughter sitting here lying and said that you paid my whole light bill? Like I said, bitch, if you can afford $3,000, bitch, you crucial. You a beast. But y'all lived with me for a week. So how the fuck can you afford $3,000?
You could pay a $3,000 light bill, but you ain't got no place to stay.
Talking about now she tried this one, she tried to
every weekend, but you don't got no place to stay.
And
you ain't got nowhere to stay.
Bill, to be honest, you gonna pay, and it's almost $3,000. I say, you want me to post this since y'all want to keep lying? I'll post my light bill though for the world to see.
When we was about to leave,
now she tried to throw it off on Sheri now.
And when we was about to leave, this is Krisha ugly ass. And when we was about to leave, who was the only one acting funny? Who was the only one who said they didn't want to go to Sheri?
Sheri
did right or wrong, or am I lying? Now here's something right there. Okay, Sheri didn't want to go, but the minor didn't want to go.
They made her. Krisha made
Do you
her
hear
go.
this?
Krisha made
Say it
that
again.
girl
Say it
go.
again.
Krisha made her go.
And the minor was going to stay.
Y'all know Sheri don't go no damn where. She be trying to stay at the crib with her damn
Who is y'all? Mika, I did pay.
She said, who is y'all? Mika, I did pay a bill. Now what? And then she said, don't matter if the bill was $309, you couldn't pay it. So you asked my mom to pay it. And she did.
And it don't matter if the bill wasn't paid or not. She had a fucking house and they didn't.
Oh, these all the old ones, but that was everything. It took all the way up to here. But you said you read all those already.
Yeah, I read that
right
post
there.
that she made.
Yeah, but she said Joshua want to clear things up though. Tamika Sim wasn't there when the DC.
Y'all remember that she said, laughing my fucking ass out. So because we confront a lying ass bitch, now we intimidating her. Like, get it together. Anybody that I see stating false information about that day, or even saying we lying, I'm gonna say something to they ass. And y'all only confused on what happened that day because y'all so worried about switching it up. Tamika wasn't there when the DCFS lady came. Oh, when the DCFS lady was there. So that leaves me and the other two about 30 minutes. Tamika walked up with her kids. Now it's me, Tamika, Sheri, my mom, and all the kids. Before Tamika came, Sheri went back in the house to change tea. And me and Sheri and Tamika did go in the house when Mika's son stole money. Then
first he was eating the candy out of Sheri's purse. Now he's stealing money.
Do you hear that?
But like I told them from the beginning, and I told
So
the
did
police
Sheri
this.
ever have Samaj?
No. Okay? You can read everything that they all stating. They all stating that, oh, Tamika wasn't there when the DCFS lady was there. Tamika wasn't there when she took her baby in the house. So where was the goddamn baby at? How the hell can I see the baby?
So if Tamika wasn't there when she took her in the house, then Tamika didn't see her when she got there, right?
Period. How can I see the baby that they ain't seen?
But it's somebody else who said that they didn't see Samaj.
Sure is.
Somebody else. Now, if she gonna speak up and say something, I don't know. But it's somebody else who said that she ain't see Samaj at all that day either.
Picking her child up and dropping her child off. She
Man,
said she
it's so
ain't
many
seen
stories to this shit. Damn, I'm just blue. All them hoes can get. Damn, Ashley.
Yes.
But I feel you though. It do. It keep on changing. It's still so much stuff y'all don't know. Man, there's so much stuff
But
you don't
Ashley,
know.
no, I ain't lying. When I seen Ashley and her family sitting up the street in that van the next morning, before the police took me down there to the police station, the next morning, Ashley was in that van. I said, I ain't seen no baby out there. But let them argue and tell me at the top, oh yeah, Tamika, you had to see the baby. You had to see the baby. Ashley and them, yes. So Ashley, y'all saying I didn't tell y'all that baby wasn't there the whole time?
So the Crosby's getting mad because she didn't see Samaj. They getting mad and trying to fight her because she said she never saw Samaj. And I posted an old post of hers from months ago saying she did not see Samaj. I just posted it. So, I mean, what the fuck?
Years later, one of the activists on the ground had this to say about the case.
You know, that moment and how it cuts right to what I'm getting ready to say today. This baby Semaj Crosby was a 17-month-old toddler who was found murdered inside of Joliet Township, a home in April of 2017. Her death remains one of the most disappointing moments in my advocacy history, and someone who came from the church. For those who don't know, my former name was Bishop Greg L. Greer. I was a consecrated bishop involved in a lot of ministry work and fellowship work and with the Southern Christian Leadership Conference and Freedom First International, which was a brand that we built, an organization, an NGO that we built to combat social justice issues around the country. Under that banner, we did a lot of amazing work, including working with the family of Dr. King, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Under that banner, we overturned the youngest person executed in U.S. history, a historical case which we led on with Chaplain George Frierson down in Manning, South Carolina. It's the Stinney case. We also assisted in resolving and helping the family of Tamir Rice in Cleveland, Ohio, a young child who was shot and murdered by police. Horrific injustice case. So many cases of police brutality, so many cases of unsolved murder, unsolved crimes. This was one that, you know, again, in my time, it disappointed me the most. The disappearance in discovery of Samaj, when she was reported, the baby whose picture you see, when she was reported missing from her family home on Lewis Road in Preston Heights on April 25th of 2017, following a massive neighborhood drive for searching, and that involved a lot of the community, that involved the Will County Sheriff's deputies, that involved the FBI, that involved major segments of the medical social justice, just regular citizens who wanted to see that this baby was found after she disappeared. Something that they really don't see in that area. So on April 27th of that year, investigators found her body stuffed underneath a heavy couch that sat just 1 inch off the ground. And the Will County coroner officially ruled the Samaj's death was a homicide by smothering or asphyxia, which, we know I actually got the coroner's report released. I pressured Will County, the coroner, to release the report. And we literally got that report released. That was through my efforts, led by me and folks on the ground. I'm not saying that in order to make a claim of or braggiose or brag about it. I am saying that so you can get a history. So the investigation and the loss of evidence, the Will County Sheriff's Office identified several persons of interest who were at home at the time, including Samaj's mother, Sheri Gordon, the paternal grandmother, the aunt, a family friend. However, the lack of immediate probable cause and fingerprint DNA complications hindered an arrest. In the days after Samaj was buried, the home was destroyed by an arson fire. Because the structure was burned to the ground, critical forensic and physical evidence from the crime scene was lost. At my urgence, the father was urged to sue the Department of Children and Family Services and he received a $6.4 million settlement. And that was because the Department of Children and Family Services basically should have removed these children from the home. The father was incarcerated at this point for quite a substantial amount of time, even before this murder happened, before the baby was unalived. This case sparked intense public outrage over its severe systematic failures. And again, the Department of Children and Family Services workers who were regularly at the location did not do the job. And they had opened child neglect investigations. They had visited the home 7, 10, 11 times over the course of 2 years. Critical. It's critical that, they were held accountable. And I urged the father, who I was protecting and working in sync with at that point, even though I had contact with the whole family. The other thing that was done with the coalition on the ground, I want to say it wasn't critically my effort, but the critical moves were made behind the scenes. The critical things were we were actually walking the family who had agreed to do polygraph tests and basically talk to the investigators at Joliet Township, the police. And I urged them to do that, and they did it a number of times just to prove their innocence. They said that they were innocent, and they agreed to do it. They also agreed to continue to keep the narrative out there in the press, and we did press releases, we did press conferences. I kept the community informed. The major element of folks who were on the ground was a group of young ladies who had been there from the beginning, the Semaj Crosby action team. And, we turned that to another structure when things happened with that structure. It didn't go well. But the bottom line is the community had always been involved. Critically, DCFS contacted caseworkers and visited the house, again, turning back to them just before the baby disappeared. Yet, they left the children in the home despite officials deeming the home deplorable, cockroach infested, and completely unfit for occupancy, right? Following the fallout, the director of DCFS resigned. So we're talking about the director of the organization. And a lot of that was due to urgence from the coalition on the ground, including members of folks who were duly informed. In April of 2022, the lawsuit was settled for $6.4 million. The settlement was finalized. And again, that was something that I had urged the father to do. The attorneys obliged, and basically they won that settlement, which rightfully so. Again, he wasn't involved. He wasn't replaced into a trust for Samaj's for surviving siblings, which is where it sits right now. Those funds didn't go to the dad or to any of the family members. I believe maybe some of the funds were used. I just don't have any information as far as the logistics of that, as I'm not in contact with the family. But the settlement is for the baby's surviving siblings, all right? And it's in a trust. It's in an escrow. So the criminal investigation remains an open case with Will County, with the Sheriff's Department. I can remember at one point there was a sit down with 30 of the Will County Sheriff's Office officials, even the sheriff himself, and myself and one of my associate directors, or an associate director, and we urged the Will County to make the Sheriff's Department himself with the sheriff to make charges to close this investigation out. They never did. We pleaded with them for the course of about 2 hours, and then ongoing throughout the investigation while we were doing things on the ground. The campaign was to have the investigators to close this case out. Largely, we know who committed the murder. We believe we have that evidence. But at the same time, the Will County Sheriff, they have that evidence. The family members who were in the know and have the evidence. Not hearsay, but they have evidence. In testimony, I should say, not secondhand, third hand, but firsthand witnesses. So at this point, the illness is up to the Will County Sheriff's Office and their investigators to close the investigation. If they feel like they don't want to close the investigation for whatever reason, and again, it's about litigation. Keep in mind that this is Will County, who basically they had a major settlement even prior to this particular investigation, whereas they were only accused someone, and there was a multi-million-dollar settlement. So they didn't want to repeat going down that road, which I somewhat understand, but I can't accept it because this baby's life bothered me the most. Here's why we're talking about this in today's context. For those who know, the investigative reporters of the Patch, WGN's team, investigative team with Gator Hall, the ABC News teams who would come out, the investigative reporting teams. For those in the social justice, the pastors and the folks on the ground who were critical, and they know the investigation. To this day, no luck, no resolve, no reform. They said that even recently, as of 6 months ago, the investigation was reopened. I talked to the investigators at that point to urge them to close the investigation out and make formal charges. They still haven't. I say all that to say this is how misinformation harms investigations. There was a group that was brung out. They were called the Freedom Fighters, led by a gentleman, Mr. Brown, and basically he was a disruptor, who was known to disrupt. They disrupted this case and other cases as well. From our standpoint, above and beyond allegations, our standpoint is that even in the case of his standpoint, which was minimal, they came down and they disrupted as recently as last. Actually, and she alluded to how our on the ground investigation was a result of it because of a skirmish between this other. And I can critically deny, and I can critically say that information that was put out was totally incorrect. This person has stated that she is a former police officer, so she knows how misinformation harms investigations. At the point of July 2017 up until the time when we were on the ground, which roughly the course of a year and a half, and I was there almost once a week, bi-weekly, doing something on the ground, myself and members of the coalition, in which involved members of the community, even having meetings with DCF Chicago. The theme was how misinformation harms investigations and to urge reform, to urge the investigators to do something. Investigators must spend critical hours tracking down false internet tips instead of pursuing real leads, and that happened in this case. There were tips from the community, potential leads coming from everywhere, and they would tell you that they spent a lot of time talking to people who believed that they knew they were in the know, but they were really not. What happens is that these things taint the investigation. They taint the jury pool. Widespread false information makes it exceptionally difficult to hold a fair trial if the subject is eventually charged, or when that happens. And these people frequently dox and harass and threaten individuals based upon unverified rumors or internet theories, not having any real knowledge, not having been involved. And it creates a false hope. False updates are fabricated. These breakthroughs that are totally false, they exploit the grief of this baby. So now, the family members have to see this and relive it, especially if it's a well-pronounced influencer. And it's a traumatizing effect. What I say, and the reason why I'm speaking again, is that, when you speak, verify the facts. Online rumors don't help us. In cases that involve vulnerable victims, strictly speak to the folks who are on the ground. If it's not somebody like me, strictly, you can ask to speak to the investigators, or as much as they can tell you, which won't be a lot because it's still an ongoing investigation. But verified facts is essential to maintaining the integrity of the case. The reality of it is this baby's death which was officially ruled by homicide by asphyxia, is tragic, and it's one of the most tragic cases that I've ever dealt with in my life as a social justice activist. Trained, by the way, my degree is criminal justice. I have legal and law training, restorative justice, And outside of just the liberation work from the church, this $6.4 million settlement was paid out for DCFS negligence. I believe that the person said it was paid to the family, which was not wrong, but she didn't break it down and say that it went to the children of the family because of the Department of Children and Family Services, DCFS's negligence. So here's what I got to say. Social media confessions or repeating some of the neighborhood rumors online can constitute defamation and legally compromise the state's ability to prosecute the actual this atrocity. And also, unverified social media information or repeating online rumors, especially when you have principals involved, can legally compromise one's ability for gain. You can be held liable for defamation. So this case bothers me. I will not second guess it. I will not mix my words on it. And if you need any, or if anyone needs in this community or abroad, anywhere in the country you are or anywhere, if you need any information or you want to specifically talk about it, proven guilty in a court of law. We do have wherewithal. We do have information as far as happened that we would encourage them to close this investigation out. It's up to them to pull a switch. It's up to them to move forward with charges. I would hope that they do. But if you're looking for a specific All right, I'm back. So bear with me. Sorry about that. I think that if anyone needs information, please feel free to let me know. If you want to know how the loss of this baby's life changed the policy with the Department of Children and Family Services, if you're looking for specific details, please let me know. If there's anything that I can do in order to assist the case, please let me know. It is sad when people interpret things, misinterpret things. It's sad when influencers who believe that they're in the know put out misinformation, and there is a danger of that. The DCF policy reforms that follow were a positive thing. Details of the civil litigation are widely known, and updates on the police information have been known by Joliet and Will County Sheriff's Department, and hopefully they can pursue charges to the folks who were guilty of murdering this child. But I will say again, I would not mix my words that for those who speak outside of the legal aspects of it and go above and beyond to deflame this case, deflame anybody involved, including myself, you are in danger of civil litigation. I would say be very careful about that. I won't play with this baby stuff. I won't play with this baby's murder. And I will make sure 100% that no matter where in the country you're at, I'll come down and we'll fight it legally. That's my promise. This baby deserves to be alive today. I believe at this point she would have been going on like 9, 10 years. I lost track of her age, but beautiful baby nonetheless. All right. So again, if you're looking for specific details, please let me know. If you'd like to know more about the policy and the reforms that follow, if you'd like to know about the investigation, reach out to me at amishacourtspeaks@gmail.com, and I will be more than happy to inform you about what we did, what we didn't do, what can happen going forward. And there is a chance that this baby's killers, this baby's murderers, will still be prosecuted, and we hope that's the case. But it takes an active Will County Sheriff's Department for those who participated in the murder or who even participated indirectly by dismantling it. They will have their day, and there's a God in heaven that sits high and sees low. I'm gonna say that again. There's a God in heaven that sees high and sits high and sees low. Sits high and sees low. All right. So with that being said, hopefully the understanding is there. The dangers of how information and negative information and speculation can not only hurt, but they can derail cases, even from someone who speaks on things third party. And the power of social justice and the power of social media influence is huge. It's huge. I'm an influencer. I'm a global influencer, so I know. So that is what it is. Please feel free to reach out to me, and we pray for the life of the spirit of, and we pray that Samaj's murderers are brought to justice. We pray for justice in this case. We pray for everybody who's been connected to this baby, and hopefully she can receive justice. That's all I have to say. I appreciate y'all time, and thank you again.
People know what happened to this sweet, innocent baby. If you have any information, please contact the Will County Sheriff's Department. This baby deserves justice. We will continue to bring out the facts of this case and bring awareness to baby Semaj. What are your thoughts?
Oh, it's tough. Now, that video had a lot of information. Why did you continue to say murderers? I picked that up too. Let me see what y'all been saying. Okay. Aw, Saint. In the bushes at work. I'm sorry. Oh, the witness, that saw the, women on the car, credible. Yeah. He is contradicting, the events. I find it interesting that the grandmother didn't mention DCFS being there. It was curious. And oh, by the way, we do have that lawsuit, and it's not just against DCFS. And I will produce that evidence as well. Okay, let me see. You guys have been chatting up a storm. Yeah, twerking. I had to ask people what the hell twerking was. And it's interesting. Okay, so I know Potato was asking about the police inside. But they probably did a cursory search, but then everybody was saying that she wandered off, right? So of course the house is a mess, and they're not gonna lift up the couch. So they took the search outside. Now there's a question about dogs. And the dogs hit on the house, right? Well, those are tracking dogs. Samaj is sent all over the place. The first place would be the home and the conditions of it made, inside would constitute a complete search. Yeah. But they're telling detectives if she's outside, she wandered off, right? And then witnesses came up and said they saw a little baby walking down. Potato, hold up, back up a minute. They just gave a solid piece of the puzzle. Potato doesn't miss anything. At first they said they did search the house. And then but then they had to get a search warrant. Why? Uh, uh, that bothers me. Uh, that bothers me. Wyoming police said that neighbors said they saw her walking down the street, but the family said she wandered off. I believe that's how it went. And I just lost my thoughts, so I'll go back down. Then he just said that the lawyer was able to talk to them into consent to search her. And that's the thing, right? The police were in the house. I love my desk. The police were in the house. I believe they did a cursory search, and the house, of course, is deplorable. Everybody told the police she wandered off. So what do? You start searching outside. I mean, they were even searching that pond or lake. Because but a toddler like that isn't gonna get very far, are they? I mean, 16 months old, she just started learn how to walk. What else? Deplorable, but yeah, why did DCFS leave the kids there? Because, after they found Samaj, you saw them putting up the stickers, right? So nobody could get back in the house. People come and go at will. Yeah, squatters. Yes. Up to 15, I believe. Yeah, Saint. Look at those baby. Look at the eyes of the baby. She looks so sad. Douglas, did the grandmother deny the police inside? Well, I don't know who was inside at the time. The one thing I know, I don't know if he was the sheriff who was giving the press conference, said they were talking to the mother. And I believe, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, Lucretia was banging on the house to make the mother, Sheri, shut up and stop talking, which is odd. I want to know who knew the baby was missing at 4 o'clock, right? Now, the 911 call came in around 5:45, 6 o'clock. I'm sorry, no intelligent person would leave a 16-month-old able to walk so far that neighbors and family wasn't able to find her. If she wasn't in the near area, I would think someone kidnapped her. Well, that was something that one of the family members or relatives, whichever, hinted to. Well, maybe somebody kidnapped her, right? I didn't understand the twerking either. Oh, okay. Status talking to Saint. Hood talk. Sometimes it's just way too much. Yeah, there's a lot of information in this short video. And I'm trying to make them an hour long so you can consume the information, the news reports, what the detectives are saying, what the eyewitnesses are saying. Yes, Wyoming, you need cliff notes for this conversation. It's a lot. And we have a lot more. A lot more. It's just so much. Yeah, if I tried to give you all the information, it would take a month that we have. Yes, Wyoming, a lot in that conversation. Estimated what was the time of death? Well, they found the baby, I believe it was at midnight. I think it was 30 hours, I believe, from the time the 911 call came in. So about a day and a half. The coroner's report, yes. That'll be up and coming. Not in this live stream. No clean hands among for the 4 women, yeah. Okay, I'm not gonna read that one. I went back and listened. He said she was reported missing after a massive search by the community and law enforcement. Which one? Which one said it? So the Will County sheriffs were searching for her before she was reported missing. Oh, Amir said that? I'll have to go back. But he definitely said that he knows, he has evidence, and so does Will County Sheriff's Department of who did it. But I found it interesting. He kept saying murderers, plural. I found that interesting. Shakur states that there was unretrieved critical evidence. Yes, critical. That too, status I found interesting. And we've been getting reports about what evidence, but I can't verify it yet. Yeah, I wonder too, Wyoming, but I think we have a little bit of an idea. Now, the house fire, and I have video on that. I have an eyewitness to that house fire. That will be in the next video. Okay, it was destroyed the day after the funeral. Where did Amir get the info about critical information in the law? Won't talk to him. I don't know because I have a cease and desist letter and I have a $5 million lawsuit. So, uh, he says to come talk to him, but he won't let me. Quite a bold thing to behold, isn't it? Yes. GB Advocate, has great powers. I don't know about that. Why is he the gatekeeper in this? I don't know. He's not, in my eyes. I'm just giving you the evidence as with eyewitness. You know, let's talk about evidence. What is evidence? Evidence is a wide variety of things, right? Because, you have testimony, you have physical evidence, and you have eyewitness testimony. There is a wide span of evidence in every case. So you have your physical evidence, DNA, fingerprints, blood spatter, all that stuff, right? But the difficult part in this case is that there were so many people in that house. All their DNA is everywhere, right? Oh, French. I didn't expect that to go so much.
Thank you for the super chat. I'm shouting out imagine that. I see you in the corners.
And yes, that's Potato's fault again, too. Thank you so much for that, French. I appreciate it. I'm just trying to get through the comments because there's a lot. Thank you, French. I appreciate it. Sometimes being on the ground gathering information is a disadvantage to those observing from overview. That sounds logical to me. It does to me too. I see. Whoop! I lost the comment. Where'd it go? I'm so sorry. Hey, Len. Good to see you. I need to fix the coffee steam. Oh yeah, look at that. Yes, fix that. Ooh, coffee. I have coffee right here. Oh, he's a master. You know what? I didn't know it, but Potato notices everything. Need to fine tune the edges as well. I, I'm tickled pink. I can't tell you. It's the little things in life that bring me so much joy. And this desk has done it. There was a distraction with the search then, away from the home to the water and the woods. Yeah, and some people were urging the news crews to go search the woods with them, which I found odd, and so did the reporters. Go back to the one that was done before this one. His story changed in the last 9 months. Yeah, but well, I can only do this by in sequence. Okay, I want to make sure I start from day one and go all the way through. This is going to be a series, Lynn. And I appreciate you. Okay, this is going to be a series. Okay, and it all going to come together. All the lies, all the lies. There's a lot of lies that have been told here. Good to see you, Lynn. Lawyer was there already. The lawyer was there when Samaj was found. How can Greg have been so close to everything and not remember facts? Well, it's been a long time. I take notes, and I'll probably have some paperwork on my desk the next time you see me. It's obvious she wasn't kidnapped or removed from the home before her death. I would like to know the full report from the medical examiner. Okay, so the coroner's report came out, right? But because it's still an active is still an active case, but the autopsy has not. The autopsy has not been published. It was not Lucretia banging on the police truck. It was Rika Gordon, Sheri's sister. Well, maybe I got the name wrong. Maybe I heard the name wrong that the officer said in the broadcast. There goes my mother's phone. Who do you think did this? Well, there's a lot of theories uh, and there's French. Thank you so much. And I'm, French, I finally figured out that $499,960 short now for the $5 million lawsuit. Yes. Thank you. Sorry about the phone. I can't get to it. It's interesting that they got a lawyer immediately, but couldn't think to call the police for 2.5 hours. Yeah. Also, lie detector tests. They failed. They failed. I can't tell you who failed right this second, but they did take a lie detector test, and they failed. The one before this one he did with Leslie. Yes, I've seen it. I know about it. We are dissecting it. There's a lot, okay? But I want to get out first the day it happened, the day she went missing, in air quotes, and up to where it just completely fell apart and where it is today, right? We have to do this in a way where we are concise, we give the evidence, and like I said, their evidence is physical and testimony. If you don't like the testimony, don't watch it. It's testimony. Whether it's first hand, third hand, whatever. Every piece of the puzzle, every statement has something in it. Even if someone is lying, somebody can be lying and still give out pertinent information that they didn't even realize they gave out. Let me see, where did I leave off? Yeah, the one before he did this one. No excuse, I remember more than he does as far as facts and wasn't the lead. I'm not sure he was even the lead. I think the police were the lead in the investigation and still are, as far as I know. No, at first it said it was Lakeisha, but then came out it was Rika banging. So it might be what was said. A lot is being said. A lot. So what you have to do in any investigation, it doesn't matter if 100 people call you, right, with tips. You think of the Nancy Guthrie case, right? And how many thousands and thousands of tips came in during the Nancy Guthrie case, right? Police have to sift through each and every one of those tips. They have to. That's part of any investigation. Lucretia, Darlene, miserably. Tamika failed. Sheri, inconclusive. Okay. Who administered that test? The police. The one lie detector test. And look, they were interviewing Sheri, the mother. And if I recall correctly, because I have to go back through this whole thing, the lawyer stopped her from talking. So There is an abundance of evidence in this case, and this baby. Is this case ever going to get solved? Will Samaj ever get justice? Samaj already has justice. She's with God. She's with God. But those who know who did it, those are the ones that are suffering. I was just asking to make sure it was an official testing. Yes. Yes. His claim, I'm not quite sure what that means. Now, each and every video I show you has a lot of meaning to it, and it takes a lot of time to digest it. You know, number one, don't take anybody's word for anything. People say the craziest things, right? Whether it's passionate, whether they're angry, whether they're really trying to tell their story, things get misquoted all the time. All the time. That's just the way it is. Okay? You can't, you know, sugarcoat it any further than that. Uh, but as far as evidence, everybody's statement is evidence, and I most certainly will play it. That's just the hang up with the justice system itself. Yeah. Well, so why haven't they arrested anybody if they know who did it? Evidence. Hard evidence. Right? Um, if somebody says they did it, okay, prove it. How? What are the 5 things investigators always have in their minds? Who, what, when, how, where. Those are the 5 things all investigators go by. Well, that's what I was taught anyways. Who knows? I'm just a cat with a desk and a quirky cup of coffee and no paperwork. Just kidding, potato. I love ya. So, in my eyes, there is a lot in these first 2 live streams. A lot. If you want to take the time to go through it all, make sure you listen. Make sure you write down questions that you have. Because look, one person can't see everything, right? They just can't. Yes, the 5 pillars. Yeah. And next Sunday, we're also going to have the NCI again. Also, you need to watch the videos more than once. So glad you are replaying some of them. I have a lot more, Lynn. I have so many videos. This is not the end of it. It's just not. But I do want to put these in hour segments because if I put everything out there at once, you're just going to get lost in the sauce, right? Just as there is a reason to ask for a lie detector test, there is valid reasons why it is not counted as evidence in courtrooms. Uh, Absolutely. You know, but I think lie detector tests are a tool, right? Chris Watts, for instance, he failed his lie detector test. Horribly, I might add. I don't think they even finished asking him questions before they just said, forget it, the guy's lying. But that's not admissible in court. So people talk. People have been talking. The course is great. I recommend it. But yes. Yeah, and unfortunately, I do have to put it on members only. But, you know, I've talked about it, And after a week of presenting the first, I will make it public. I feel bad not putting that in public, but there's reasons for it. People say things, I'm gonna say this again. People say things out of anger. People that say things out of love. People say things out of desperation. People say things out of clout. People say things because they thought or they think they know. But let me give you this visual and I'll shut up because I don't see any more talking. Or questions. Let me give you an example. And I don't know if they do this in school anymore or not, but when I was a kid, they did it. Uh, all the kids sat in a oval table, right? Round table. The teacher would tell one kid one specific thing, okay? One tidbit of a story. By the time it went back around to the original child, it had completely changed. The story completely changed. So, people remember things differently. That's just the way it is, and especially in a case that has been this long. I know there's a lot, and there are a lot more that were deleted by the family. Well, yeah, I mean, it's been a long time, right? But we're fishing, we're catching, um, we're getting. There's always certain ways that you find information. I'll put it that way. The phone game. Can you hear my mother's phone? I don't know who is calling her off the hook. She's sleeping upstairs, for Pete's sakes. Would you please give it an hour, for Pete's sakes? I, I don't know why people do that. You know, you don't answer the phone once, and I have my phone with me if it's an emergency. You just text me. I don't know why it's happening. Oh, Saint, you're back. But that just goes to show you, with that story about school, how gossip starts and how people perceive the story. Don't come to conclusions. Don't go to gossip. People are going to say things, but there's always that nugget of truth inside every statement. You will not get a cell phone. I don't blame you, but that's her house phone. That's the house phone you hear ringing. Okay? Hopefully it doesn't ring again. Good grief, it can't be that important. If it was, they would call my cell phone. The teacher example is a great game of telephone. It is? Really? Oh, well, when I was in school, the teacher would tell a story and it would go around the table. Yeah. It wasn't me. Any tips? Will County Sheriff's Department, or I got to put my email in there. Yeah. So there's a lot of rumors. There's a lot of stories. But the things that we've gathered, or I've gathered, are astounding. And if you thought today was shocking, buckle up, Buttercup. It's going to be a bumpy ride. Oh, that's what you called it back in the day. Oh, a game of telephone. Oh, okay. I got it. Does anybody remember the party line? Anybody that old in here? Remember the party line? So um, I don't know why I say we. I am gathering the information, going through the information, and trying to present it so you can go from day one, okay? Make up your own minds. People are going to have their own theories and all of this, okay? That's the way people function. But there's always a nugget of truth in everything. Tato knows that. Yeah. No, I agree with that. But, you know, it's just me. I'm a cat with a desk and a cup of coffee with a weird steam going up and a typewriter. A typewriter. Does anybody know what a typewriter is? I was that kid that kept the line open all the time. There goes that figures. I can imagine you. I can absolutely 100% imagine. Oh, you did, GB? See? Party lines. Those were fun. You could listen into the neighbors' conversations, and especially when they were fighting on the phone. Well, kids back then were different. Uh, we we could listen to the neighbors fighting on the phone. That was our entertainment. What do you want from me? Anyways, I'm just a cat with a desk. What do I know? Uh, that's what I do to scam calls. It's serious. People still do that. I remember a radio station calling and saying, I don't know, somebody's body was in a trunk or something. Uh, uh, party lines were fun, okay? They were irritating though, because you could never get the telephone. Everybody was always on it. Good grief. If you had an emergency, forget it. Well, of course, status remembers, yes. Of course you do, sir. Oh, I called you sir. Uh-oh, I'm in big trouble. I'm gonna wait a couple of minutes, see if anybody has any other questions, and I'm gonna unplug that phone. Is the refrigerator running? No. I wonder if it's my chair going back and forth. Ooh, sorry. Um, I drew the line at cruel jokes, though. Not my bag. Sure you did, Douglas. Sure you did. Roy D. Mercer, radio personality that did prank calls. There was one lady that came in, and I guess for some reason she had a big following, and she got canceled or something. I can't remember, but anyways, she was trying to build her channel back up. No, it's very quiet here. I can hear the crickets outside. Oh, there goes a car passing by. It's amazing. It's amazing. Traffic. That's our fun, watching traffic. Okay. Oh, for Pete's sake, Cynthia. I thought it was my chair creaking. Oh, yeah, my gosh. I never heard that one. Well, maybe I did and I just forgot. I got number 10 tin of whoop ass on the shelf for you. Really? Oh my gosh, that's a great statement. That's a great quote. I got number 10. Oh my gosh, whoop ass. I haven't heard that in ages either. Ages. Listen to me. Good grief. Who would have thought? Who would have thought I would be old enough to say back in the day we used to bring his tapes on road trips. Oh, does anybody remember the shadow knows? The shadow knows. Used the wire hangers on you? Oh, my mother just used the good old yardstick, but my grandparents used the switch. Ouch. Does anybody remember 8-track tapes? Oh my gosh. Never mind. Don't answer. But it was out of love and correction. Yeah, that's what they always said. But why did they have a smile on their face when they were doing it? Why? I mean, uh, why? Uh, why did they have a? Why did they? When you got spanked, why did they have that smile on their face like, ha? I always got the wait till your father gets home. Yes, yes, status. Go cut me a switch. Yep, and make sure it's a good one, because if it's not, you won't want the one I get. Oh, he got a broom once? Oh my gosh. Okay, that's a new one. Uh, track in the, what's a Cordoba? 8-track in a Cordoba. What's a Cordoba? Hot ass days. Oh, Huey Lewis. Oh my gosh, we're going back in time. Anyways, this is for Samaj. Um, oh, I forgot. That's what I was gonna do. I got chit-chatting with everybody. Sorry about that. This is my email. I'm sorry, mods. I just took away your job. Sorry. I remember listening to the Turtles and Tommy James. Oh my gosh, and the Shondells. Yes, the Shondells. Oh my gosh. I think they're starting to bring back vinyl records again, aren't they? I think. Uh, it's a Mexican sedan? Really? Cordoba. Huh. Well, I'm not very good with cars. Of course, I don't have one anymore. Can't remember the last time I had a car. I saw all the nuts on the road and I said, forget it. No. I was retired, so I didn't have to. So I said, forget it. Fine Corinthian leather? Corinthian leather? He and his brothers were told to wash close. He went to buy candy and everything from 8 people in one dryer. His mom got home and started beating him with a broom. Thank you, Cynthia. I appreciate that. If you have any information, any links that you think I need to look at, please email me. I would use the Proton, but somehow it gets stuck. I don't know how. But there's a lot of information in the first video and this video. This baby died a horrible death. It shouldn't have been. It could have been prevented. It should have been prevented. And it wasn't. Will she get justice? When somebody opens up their mouth and testifies to it, people know who did it. People know who did it. But it's been great talking with everybody. Can't. Oh, I put it in wrong. I'm always doing that. Thank you. This is why the mods do things for me, because I'm dumb. I'm just a cat. Remove it. There, I should have removed it. Yep, I did. Thank you, Cynthia. Eh, I can't. I'm just a cat with a desk. What do you want from me? I, I can't even put in a correct email. Anyways, we will continue forward. They're going to be 1 hour increments, okay? From the day she went missing and to wherever this takes us. So, thank you so much. Don't forget to hit the like button on the way out. I appreciate you. Thank you so much, French. I appreciate that. I appreciate your support in this. We don't want to hurt anybody's feelings. We don't want to open wounds. But it's already an open wound. It already is. In a family of 4 brothers who each had the chores of doing family wash, I merely put it in a red union suit with a washer load. I was never asked to do the laundry again. Never mind. Status, never mind. Thank you, GB. Next Sunday, we'll have another episode of MCI. And then I'll make the one public in a week. Conscious, not the book. The? Oh, there's Mom. Hi, Mom. Say hi to everybody. I'm over here. Your phone has been ringing off the hook.
Really?
Really. Everybody on the live stream heard it. That's a.
Chansra.
I'm on a live stream.
Oh.
I'm doing a show.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
You're forgiven.
Thank you. I'm forgiven. See? Ah. Forgiveness. Everybody says hi, Mama C.
Hi, Joe.
Y'all. She just came down from a nap. She'll be up until 4 o'clock in the morning, I think, watching her murder mysteries. What does that mean, GB? Conscious, not the book. The book. I don't know what that means. Anyways, thank you so much, everybody. I appreciate it. Will the cat in the corner ever get a set of legs? No, I'm sitting down. Jeez, what do you want from me? You just expect everything. But there might be some other things coming up with the cat. So there's that. What do you want? The rooster had legs. Okay, you guys. Thank you so much. I appreciate each and every one of you. If you have evidence, call the Will County Sheriff's Department first, above all. And we'll see you on the next episode. I am working hard with my desk. I know you can't see paperwork right now, but maybe the next time you will. Okay. Did I do it right? I don't know if I can do it like Jed. Oh no, Douglas. We're being professional. Oh, you typed it wrong. Okay. Okay. Samaje, you will not be forgotten. And hopefully the murderers, as one person said, will face their justice. Okay. Bye.
Snakes aren't always in the grass. Sharks aren't always against the glass while I am getting closer. The danger doesn't leave a trace when it's sitting in your space. Thieves aren't always in the night, watching from the shadows of the light. Thieves aren't always in the night, they're hiding right in front of your sight. They wear a face you think you know. They walk the path where you always go. They find the cracks inside the floor. They're already behind the door. They're just a hand inside your sleeve, waiting for the moment that you leave. Thieves aren't always in the night, watching from the shadows of the light. Thieves aren't always in the night, they're hiding right in front of your sight. Check the pockets, check the lock, check the face you see on the clock. Now here is safe, nowhere is dry. Wait for the truth to catch the light. Thieves aren't always in the night, watching from the shadows of the light. Thieves aren't always in the night, they're hiding right in front of your sight. The night is done, but the sun is just another thief.